bootcamp, and I'm very happy that I am receiving great response regarding the bootcamp that we are running from. Like many are really making the benefit out of it, so it's really good about that. And we and we have reached day 4. So superb guys, you have just completed a half path also. So that's gonna be really crazy, I can say, because it's like many used to just leave in starting on itself, but you have made it till this day. So I am sure you're gonna make for others days even, right? So it's really fine, and I'm happy to see like all of you have joined, and I'm able to see the new names even. So for the one who have not joined earlier in the days previously, no need to worry. Like I have just uploaded the um I've uploaded the recordings in the G drive that I have shared in the Discord server. You can view it if you want, and the certificates is also there for the students or the attendees who have joined for the days. And for digital swags, for day 3, I have not shared yet. I am yet to share. And for the day 4, I will share today event. So make sure to listen the event. The today's event is not gonna be as big because we are learning more hands-on today. Okay, so, and there will be a quiz at the end, and the top 3 today will get their prizes, right? Not top 5. It's for yesterday only, okay? It's yesterday offer. Yeah, for tomorrow, maybe we can do something like New Year offer like that. Let's see how we can do like that. It will go like that, okay? Fine. So, and one more thing, like if you have not filled that registration form and you have joined by somehow, like get link from here and there. So, don't do like that because I can't share you gifts in that way, right? In your email ID and all. So make sure to fill that registration form and Discord server join also, right? So pretty much about that. Now we can start a boot camp. So in today's boot camp, we are gonna learn about more about CSS, more hands-on with CSS. If you remember, for the day 1, for day 2, day 3, we have made all the websites right from the scratch. And for day 4, even we're gonna make from the scratch, and you're gonna learn about more advanced HTML, that is about more about tables, and how to incorporate in form of CSS in your VS Code, right? So that gonna be we're gonna have. So we have different cases, right? My teaching style. It's going to be based on scenarios. So for sure today also we have some kind of scenarios, and it's interesting kind of. Let's see how much you liked it, right? So let's get started. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, guys, can you see my screen? Anyone is just confirm? Anyone?
Not yet, Aditya.
Not yet. yet, but I've shared.
Yeah, now you can see.
Let's see it again. Oh, it came. Okay, fine, fine. Okay, maybe it's some lagging kind of. Okay, now I can see, right?
Yeah.
Ah, fine, fine. Okay, so first of all, see this the type link that I have shared you in the Discord. Like it has date 21, day 22, and day 3. Just click over it and get your certificates and the recording of the events, right? So okay, pretty much about that. Now let's see a PT how we can go about that. So first of all, about me, this is Aditya Gupta, and I am a beta MLSA, and we are part of a Microsoft, right? So let's see about the backend. Let's see about web development. The web development consists of the two parts. First is a backend, and next is a front end, right? So for the front end parts, you're gonna have something like HTML. You're gonna have something like kind of JavaScripts and CSS here. You can see, right? So it is contains in basically the front end part, and more about that, you're gonna have something called as Bootstrap. We'll see in the later sessions. Okay, fine. For the backend, what we have is basically MongoDB. We're gonna have a MySQL and we're gonna have a SQL. And sometimes React.js is used as a kind of framework, and Node.js is also used as a kind of framework, right? So and Angular too. But out of these, the most famous is React. So if you get some sounds in the boot camps, like you have, can learn about that. So just make sure to don't leave that boot camps, because I gonna make a separate session on this backend parts. Okay, because this all the backend parts and server frameworks. So I gonna make it as soon as possible, and about app development too. So guys, this is the stuff about the front ends and the backend part, right? Now let's see about CSS. Something intro about the CSS. What basically CSS means? CSS stands for cascading style sheets, and it is used for styling your sheets, right? Styling your sheets means whatever the plain website you have, you can style it with the help of a CSS. Okay, style it means make it look more beautiful. That can attract the people. One interesting fact is that if you can make a website more beautiful, then you can guarantee more number of subscribers to you. Let me give you an example. You know about Gmail, right? And you know about YouTube. You know about TikTok. Tell me, which is more popular out of these? Any answers for that? Guys, are able to hear? You can unmute it. Guys, hello. Anyone can hear me? Or it's like not able to hear me. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe you
please.
don't want to answer it. Yeah, fine. Okay, so what's my thing is, what's my motive is to know you the importance of this CSS, right? So what basically the importance of CSS is, it is used to style the website, the plain website that we have seen in my previous days, that is day one and day two, that is of HTML. So you can make it more look good as we did in day three about the chess, right? You can see my chess, right? So you can see the chess things that we have made in day three. Now, what I'm saying is why the CSS is necessary. Because before learning what CSS, you should know the importance of CSS, right? So with the help of CSS, you can attract more and more people to increase your subscribers. Let's say one of the example that I have given, like you have a Gmail, you have a YouTube, and you have an TikTok. So if I say in the last time who had made more of subscribers, so in a report it has been it has been found that the TikTok has made more number of subscribers as compared to Gmail or the YouTube have in the span of time, right? In just few span of time, TikTok made a lot of subscribers. So what's basically the um, reason behind it? So one of the main reason is it's kind of more attractive, right? You can upload your reels or videos or whatever stuff. It's kind of convincing to look, kind of. So it has used some kinds of formatting styles called as CSS. So that's what you can see. Like you can increase your more chances of people to attract your websites. It has many different features of CSS, right? So once you have once you are learning it, you will able to understand it's very in a deep, right? Okay. Next, what's basically one of the feature of CSS is based upon the Braille feature. What basically Braille feature is, not all guys are lucky as much enough to us, like having like all the organs in their intact. Like we are like normal guys, right? We have our ears, then eyes, able to hear it, kind of. But some of them guys are blind, right? So but they are also yet using the website. So what they are basically using is this Braille feature, all called as impressive reader. The registration form I have shared you is also enables with responsive reader. You can just impressive reader. You can just enable it and see how it looks. So whenever you enable it, it just starts speaking what you have in the registration form, right? So with the help of CSS, you can do that, which is called as basically Arial. With the help of Arial feature, you can basically make the text to say whenever you enable the impressive reader form. In Microsoft Edge, this feature is also there. You can use it, but in some others in some others browsers I have not seen yet. Maybe I have not able to figure out where it is or not. But in Microsoft Edge, it is there. So just make sure to view it even to get a more clear idea about that. Now, guys, let's see about the CSS. So I have shown this image literally for many times, right? So this danger symbol, this a human body, and this like the second one, right? So in the middle one, the person that you can see is basically resembles as an HTML. This a person resembles on the right is basically CSS, and the person on the right is basically correlated with Bootstrap or JavaScript, right? So why this is HTML? Because all the bones are important as basically for our body. Similarly, all the HTML stuffs are important for our website. Why muscles are important? To make us look kind of good, to be more convincing and kind like that. So similarly like that, CSS is also important to your website to make it more look good and to be more convincing as of that. Why this body is correlated as your Bootstrap or Java? Because it is responsive, right? Let's say when you are touching some hot paints and all, it's a hot tumbler. You have touched it. So once you touched it by mistake, just okay, screen is not visible. Hey, can you see my screen now? Like, I don't know what's happening today.
Yeah. Now it's
Yeah.
visible.
Yeah, just let me know. Like, you can text me. You have my number, right? So thanks for that. Who have texted me. I hope I am teaching about this CSS stuff. So let me do again. The middle person is basically you can correlate with HTML. The right on the person can be you can correlate with CSS, and the left on the person you can correlate with body and JavaScript, Bootstrap and JavaScript. So why basically this necessary? Let's say I'm giving an example. Let's say if you touch in hot paint, hot tumbler, then you just get your senses like okay, you have to make your hand not get burnt, right? You just get that signal from the nerve, so you're responsive again, right? So so As per that, it's basically important the Bootstrap and JavaScript. The one thing that you have to remember is about the CSS is that it's maintained by W3C. What basically W3 is? World Wide Web Consortium. Okay, and you don't need to write W three times and one C. You have to write W3C. It denotes W is repeated for the three times. Fine. So, okay, pretty much about the introduction that I've given about you about the CSS. Next about the scenario. Okay, so now we are gonna learn about codings and all in CSS, more about it. So first of all is basically the scenarios. Why I have made this way, so that to make you know how to solve the real-time problems. So as per the scenario, let's say there is a boy named Kittu, and he wants to learn about codings, right? But he don't know anything about that. He just plain, he don't know anything, right? He don't know anything about it. But he wants to become a very good software engineer at a big company. So how to do that? He has to learn. So right, he has to make some kind of hard work. So let's help kid to learn about web development because it's too much needed in top MNC companies. If you know some guys who are working at the Google and all, they will say like, okay, you have to learn about DSA, let's say, and you have to learn about some development skills, right? So development skills can be a web dev or it can be a app dev. So I will teach both. Like I am teaching, having a bootcamp on web dev right now. For the app development, I will have another bootcamp separately. So we'll do that soon. Okay. Now see what's the scenario. Like let's suppose Kitto is in a school. Okay, and his class teacher um, is facing some issues with the timetable. Why? Because the class teacher is giving timetable in a form of a sheet to attach in to make it use for the people, right? But what basically happens sometimes we used to forget where we have kept that page, and ultimately we'll just lose our timetable. So now class teacher decided to make your timetable online to be hosted on a website, let's say. But being an online, it doesn't easy, right? Just saying like, okay, make your timetable online, it's not easy at all. So class teacher has faith on Kittu because he is a good student, let's say you can say. So he given an opportunity that, okay, Kittu, make a good looking timetable for your class and upload in a website. So what basically the useful is, like whenever you are at home, you can just see, okay, what the timetable is. Even if you forget, you have the links, right? So you can just go to the link and just read what's the timetable you have. So it's kind of good, right? Even you have stopped the wastage of paper even, because if there are 40 students, so you're gonna have a 40 papers for that. So you just have to save the 40 papers. And if a school as a doing like this, so you can assume like around 1,000 to 2,000 paper can be just wasted by using this single task. So that is web hosting, and it's too much economical and stuffs like that. So the Kittu is getting very optimistic opportunity to make a good looking timetable. But what's the issue is the kid too is good in HTML because he has learned about it. But he just started his journey with CSS. He don't know about it. So now it's your responsibility to help learn kid to more about CSS like an HTML as you have did in the previous days. Interesting? Yeah, it is. Right. Okay. Now we gonna use tables. Table is advanced HTML that we have taught about. I'm taking an example again, table in this section, so that you will learn about something, right? And how to use CSS with that. Okay. Some of the specifications of the table, like your school or a college is working from Monday to Friday. Means on Saturday and Sunday you're gonna have your holiday. So your timetable should be made like Monday to Friday, and you're gonna have 8 classes, right? 8 classes you're gonna have per day. uh, and for the, let's say for the class 1 or the period 1, and for after the period 2 there will be a break after P1 and P2. It's a scenario given to you, and after P3 you're gonna have a lunch break for sure. If student is coming to school, they're gonna have lunch, right? They're gonna don't have an at home, and don't say, right, okay, I used to have lunch during the classes. Okay, it's fine actually, but in a standard case I'm considering. Okay, so you're gonna have a lunch after 3 classes as per that. And after P4 and P5 there will be a break every working day. Whatever the working day you have, how many working days you have? 5 working days, right? Fine. So as per that I can say how many I can tell you, like let's assume like you're gonna have 8 periods of total, and apply these schemes as I have shared you. So this basically the real time scenario, right? It's not as whether you are getting in a maths like, okay, get to make a find out the area of a square if you have given radius like this. No, You don't gonna have like that now. You're now enough mature to tackle the real world problems and solve it. But now that's the issue, because people used to forget, like used to not used to sorry not used to how to solve these kinds of problems. So that's why I am including all the days with kind of this interesting scenarios to make aware of you, right? Now you have know the scenario is in total, like you have to make a timetable, and it should have 8 periods, and it should be affordable to Monday to Friday, not Saturday and Sunday. That is of 5 days. And you timetable finally should look in this URL. Let me click that URL and let me show you how it looks to you. um yeah, can you see this screen, guys? um
Yes.
yeah, fine. So you can see this timetable, right? So see, uh, at, at the top you're gonna have a timetable. Then let me take this snip and I will show you. Okay. Let me use green. Okay. You're gonna have a timetable at the top. Let's say this is of H1. Now you're gonna have a 8 periods or 8 classes, whatever you say. And after P1 and P2, there should be a break, and it should take the whole row, whatever you have mentioned. After P3, you're gonna have a lunch. Next, after P4 and P5, you're gonna have a break again, right? And then continuous classes from P6 to P6, P7, P8, and you're gonna have a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? So this is a timetable that you have to make now. And let me help you how you can do that. Before doing that, for today, from today, we'll try to make kind of pseudocodes. So what basically the pseudocode is, I can drop this. Okay, let me take a new snap then. I will tell you. Um, you can see my snips, right? And we can just compare whatever I am writing with the help of pen. You can see, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fine. Okay. Now from today we are thinking about the pseudocodes, because as of now you're gonna write more and more code. So you should have a clear flow how the things goes. Okay. Fine. First of all, in my table, you're gonna have a H1. Let's say as of now we'll see it's like considered to be an H1. Okay, it's looking something kind of having a shadows, right? It's having some kind of shadows, right? So I will tell you how you can do the shadow stuffs and all in the CSS. For that, don't worry at all, because I am there to help you. But it's looking good, right? Having a M then a shadow about that. So let's consider this as an H1. First of all, you have to make a shadow, right? For this, you should think of tables. You should think of tables from now for this scenario. Why tables? Because in the table you're gonna have how many rows now, kind. Okay, so I have given you a short trick, right? TR is basically the rows and TD is basically the columns. Okay, let's count how many TRs and how many TDs we're gonna have. One, two. This is a vacant, right? Okay, three. Let's say count is like three, then four, then five, then six, then seven, then eight, then nine, then 10, then 11. Let's say we're gonna have a 11 TRs. Make how many columns? One, two, three, four, five. But you're gonna have one more column for this in which you have not mentioning anything. So six. So guys, now you have made the analogy how it's basically working, right? So this is basically the pseudocode, because you are going to study the website by making the snips like that, and you're not studying. Okay, I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. Okay, once you are ready for that, now you are able to code, right? Because you have known, like you're gonna use a table, you're gonna use a TR, you're gonna use a TD. Let's say six. And one more thing, these TDs are not normal, right? This whatever I have mentioned, the days Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's not normal. It's basically the use of table heads and all. So I will tell you about today about how to use table heads, because on that day I have not mentioned it nicely, right? So I will tell you how to use table heads. And furthermore, you will learn more about tables, that is how to make this stuffs, because it the whole in this row you have just a break, right? You don't have anything else like this. So how to do that, I will tell also that it's basically using an attribute present in a table. So I will tell that also. Fine. So you're gonna be learning about that now, the coding stuff. Okay, let's do the coding now. um, Let me out this. Okay. Mm, let's go to the folder that I want to use. Uh, Day 4. Okay. How to open a VS Code? Just right click over there and open with code. Okay. Um, Let me off this. Fine. Now you are saying VS Code is open to here. Now let me create two files called as index.html. Let me create a one more file. What is that? Don't need that. Yeah. Style but css. Now maybe if you have joined for now, maybe you have doubts like what is basically .html, or maybe what is basically a .css. So these are called as basically the extensions. So extensions are used to represent the type of file you're gonna create, right? So let's say if you have created a normal text file, so what the extension is, if you have noticed carefully, that it is basically .txt. So extension like .txt is used in that scenarios. Okay, fine. The great about it, the extensions and all. Now let me link the CSS and all. How to link the CSS? I have you mentioned three steps. Before that, let me create a structure of HTML. So let me mention the title as um, my time table. Let's say you have mentioned this. Now we're gonna use a comment to tell you basically what the following line is going to represent. CSS link. Make use of effective comments so that can help you if you revisit it again in the future. If so, how to add a CSS file? So first of all, just write a link, and with the help of auto closure, we will get a session called link CSS. So style.css should be a file. So I mean the same name because I know in the suggestions will come style.css. You can format it with your name you like. Okay, fine. Just leave a control S. Now open with a live server that is made available to you with the help of the extensions given in VS Code. So VS Code extension makes your life more easier, guys. I really trust me, because if you can use the VS Code effectively, then your life is gonna be too much easy, and you are not end up in breaking your small fingers, very small cute fingers. Okay, fine. Now, as I mentioned you, first of all, we have an H1. That H1 is written as, let's say, my S board. Now you're gonna have a table to represent your table, right? And now I'm going to write more. Okay, but let's see what the task basically the is for as of now. Task one. The task one is you have to create a table of, let's say, 8 by 6, that is 8 rows and 6 columns, let's say. So how many rows? I have not included that breaks and lunch. Remember that once I'm counting, it's 11. I have not included as of now. The reason is being, I will tell you when I'm coding it. Okay. uh, Assume that you're gonna have 8 rows, means you're gonna have 8 TRs, right? Assume it you're gonna have 6 columns, that is you're gonna have 6 TD for now. Fine. Then use your table heads. Table heads is used for the days, that is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, stuff like that. Now inside T head, create 6 columns. Now you have confused for sure. Why? Because I've mentioned there is from Monday to Friday, and if you count it, if I know counting, that is if it becomes 5, right? So, but why I'm saying 6, I will tell you now, in coding that also. Inside the T body, create 8 TRs for each periods, that is P1 to P8, let's say, because you have 8 classes, and each TR make use of TD for showing the subject on each day. For the subject, that you can use any subjects, but let me follow the subject that I have used for the website. Make sure to allocate break and lunch time as mentioned before. That is the 3. So it has count of 3, right? Now this can be done using a call and spam 6. Okay, that's the thing that I have mentioned you about the breaks and lunch. To take out the full row, you can use a columns one. And why it is 6, I will tell you during coding same. Make sure to assign a subject called make sure to assign a class called a subject and lunch to the respective TDs. And for the table, I'm assigning a class called as chess, let's say, because we're gonna style this chess also. So now I think it's pretty much what basically you have to do, and with the follow-ups, let me make it into the action. Uh, what the things that I gonna take into the what are the subjects? Sorry, I gonna take it just as something like this. But you can do anything because we have to learn, right? So for learning, you can use anything. Fine. Now let us dig into the table. So for table, I have mentioned you, like I'm gonna create a class called as chess, right? Yes, I mentioned chess. Then I'll use a comment. Now comments are useful, right? Because you're gonna deal with many rows and all. So let's say I have specified row one. It's a better practice to use comments, guys. Don't ever forget to use comments. Okay, comments always gonna make your life more and more easier whenever you are reviewing it. Whenever you are going to review the code in future. So let me just cross check. I'm there. Ah, you are there. Fine. Good. Okay. Okay. Now create first row, that is with the help of tr table row. So tables p rows are okay. We have did it for a lot time. I know. Guys, just bear with me. Hey, just a minute. Why have you used chess? I should use timetable. No? Hey, you should say. Um, just a minute. I started this timetable and oh, okay, fine. No issues. Table. Okay. Now let me first of all include a header that I have mentioned you. So first of all is going to be the headers for the things. After that we'll then use rows, right? So I have mentioned about the headers. What the basically code to have the headers? That is t head. So I have mentioned t heads. Now we're gonna have th instead of t data. What's the basically use of th is to create the header for each columns, and it's going to appear in a bold. If you have remember, I have did in day two. Like I try to assign table data, and then out of that to make it bold, I have enclosed in between page. But you see, it's nothing is happening. That's the exceptions in HTML with the table. To make it more concise to look like a head, we use th which is inside enclosed in the t head. Okay, so use more t heads just as this number is total is 6, right? I've said like you have to make 6 th. So 3 done, 4, then 5, okay, and then 6. Okay. For the first ph, let trust me, just leave it blank. For the next, just try writing Monday, then try writing Tuesday, and try writing Wednesday, then Thursday, then Friday. Okay, let me save this and let me view in the there. Okay. Yeah, you can see my table as a heading. Then there's Monday, there's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But maybe you're confused now why I just left it blank. You will get to know about in a later after just some more codes. Now let mention about uh, periods, right? So let's say this is a period one. For the period one, I'm mentioning a tr. Then I'm mentioning td. Okay, to mention the td, and I'm going to create a class called as subject for this td. Maybe you're thinking why a subject now? Maybe why a class now? Because you have to style it, right? We are learning CSS now, so for sure you're going to work with TDs and all that I have mentioned in day one. Okay, fine, no issues. Let me use this TD and copy it for the rest of the rows that we're gonna have. Okay, okay, okay. How many times we're gonna have? How many subjects we have, right? Let me do like that. Now let me have the subject. So for the first, I remember it's maths. Then for the second, let's say it's arts. For the third, that is, let's say it's English. ENG, LISH. Right? Then for the rest, let me have it maths and one more row I needed. One more column, sorry, I needed. What is that? Basically, you have two maths, right? No issues for that. assume last to be a geography. Okay, geo. PHY. Okay, we are done with the table. Row one, that is with TR, right? See, it's as simple, right? It's not advanced even. Just people make you fear about by writing the advanced stuff and all. It's your barrier, guys. Okay. Whenever you heard something advanced, maybe it's the concept is kind of difficult, but if you do it, it will be easy, right? So it's a fear of mind, I assume, to be sometimes. Fine. For TDs, rest I gonna have same like that, right? So let me copy this again and I will change the subjects for it. So see, I'm copying it. Maybe I have some conflicting issues like why I'm copying too much. Maybe it's not too much even. Why? Because it's really boring to end up seeing me each writing the things like that because it's not having any logics right now because we have learned about this in the previous days and from day 2, day 3 and day 4 even. I'm using tables only to make you more comfortable with a table that is advanced HTML and with the CSS here, how you can mold your things with the CSS. Let me use P2 here. So it's really fine. Whenever you copy, just if you have know the meaning like of each, then you can copy it, but don't copy blindly. Just have the know stuff like what's basically it means, right? So history. Um, then let me specify English if I remember. Um, okay. Then it's March. Then let's say last is French. Okay, maybe you are studying some of your foreign language in your college even. But I've studied French in my previous semesters. Okay, let's now have a break. We have a break now, as per the condition that we have mentioned, right? So we're gonna have a break. So how you can have a break? First one mention a TR. Now mention a TD and give it a class of break. Okay, and give it an another attribute. Give it another attribute called as call span. Call span. Okay, and set it to 6. How you know it's 6? Just count it. How many th you have added? 6, right? And one why you have blank th in the first? I will tell you this after writing this code. Okay, you have mentioned this tds 6. Now write break here. Okay, now let me save the code and I will show you now the reasons what I have told you. Okay, see, you're getting something like this, right? Let it's a capital K. Make it small. Okay. See, now this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That 5 you have used, and there's a blank in the first page. Why there's a blank to make accommodate this P1 and P2? I have not mentioned the periods here. You can mention the classes or periods, whatever you want here, so that it will look not like this. But to make it more good like this, because see, it's looking good, right? If I mention something on top, it's not maybe looking as much good to me. But if it looks good to me, then you can fill some th over there just to look make it good like this. From this, it's really far, right? But you can reach it. I am there to help you for that. Okay, guys. So see how much you can make a difference with the help of this CSS. Like this website is after some time, just 30 minutes, let's say, it's gonna look like this. It's amazing, I know. Okay, see how we can do. So just to accommodate periods and all, I have mentioned like this. And see, this is a break and taking a column span of the whole this 5 and all. This is this will not take the whole not like that. How can I say? This will not let any more rows to come on top of it. That is, if I specify more row like P3, P4, P5, P6, it will not start after break. It will start below the break. So that's the basically essentiality of as a column span. So what you can assume is this break is taking this whole space, right? This break is taking this whole row, and it will not let accommodate any more periods or the subjects on top of it. Okay, so that's because the reason of using a column span. So like a column span, there's a row span even to make it uniform in a row. It's in column. It can make in a row, kind of like that. It's just opposite analogy. Okay, maybe it's confusing, but sometimes it seems to be. But once you use it with me, the coding and all, you will get it soon. No issues. Uh, Let me give another comment. Okay, for now, we're gonna have P3, that is third grade. Let's say give it PR. Again, I'm gonna have this stuffs, but we'll change some subjects. So let me change it to P3. Let me change the subjects to history first of all. Let me copy history here. See, I'm too much lazy. I just try to find some copies and no issues. You will also be like that. But make sure you know the meaning. I'm emphasizing on it, right? Whenever you're copying, you should know what you're copying and what's the reason behind it. Let me change for this subject. Let's say physics. And for the last subject, let's say it's going to be an English study. Okay, fine, good. Now after P3, if I remember, there's a lunch. Right. So again, we're gonna take the whole row. So what you have to use column span. Whenever you're taking a whole row, use column. Whenever you're taking the whole column, use row span. Right. It works jointly like this. Just take it like a opposite to each other, as we did in positioning. If you remember in the day 3, it's also gonna. It's just you have learned that topic. That is too much difficult. Trust me, just in a simple way as I feel, because you have answered my question in the quiz even. Out of 10, 9 have answered the right answer. So it's like almost everyone have answered it. So that's the basically beauty of teaching it in a right way, right? So you can also learn this about column span and row span once you are doing the coding with me. So first of all, you're gonna have a tier, you're gonna have a TD. Now give it a class of um, okay, what is the class is lunch, LUNCH, and give it a call span of 6. Why 6? Because you have 6 headers inside PH. Now, what basically it means is LUNCH lunch. Okay. Now, what you're gonna have? You're gonna have another following periods, that is P4, I guess. Yeah, it's P4 only. Now, I'm gonna have a tier. Now, I'm gonna have a TD, but let me copy from here so that I can like this. Okay. P4. P, P4. Let me just cross check once again. Everything is going on. I need to cross check. Like this is network issues. Um, maths copied with history. Then let's say second is history itself. So I missed history, no issues. History. Then we're gonna have, let's say, biology. Hey guys, you like biology? For me, I can say there is a very strict teacher in my school. Um, just because of fear of her, you can say I just not took bio in my 11th. Like she's too much. She's too much. Okay, I can't even explain how much too much. So that's fun fact. And I can't say the name as I will be killed. She will come to my home and she will say, no issues. P5. But the interesting fact is, like, she's loved by more. Like, many students love him. Like, who knows, who are having interest in bio now, they all like her. But fine, not the case with me. And let's it's good. Like, if I not took math, then I can't learn this CS stuff. No, it's good, right? Okay, everything goes for good. Let me make it more aligned. Let me make it aligned again. First of the things. Ah, okay. For HP5, right? And something goes aligned off here. Next, we're gonna have this here as P5. Okay, okay, fine. For P5, we're gonna have physics, let's say, in starting. So let me copy that physics. Okay, then we're gonna have, let's say, history. So that is in a, which is in a place. Then we're gonna have a maths, let's say, uh, maths. Then we're gonna have a chemistry. Uh, then we're gonna have an English subject. Okay, for this period, that is for the P5. 5, then there is a break after that, as I mentioned, after P5, right? If you know, you can actually, when I'm teaching about the task, you can note it even if you want. No issues for that. I have there for that break. Then use a table tr. Then again, you're gonna have now a break, right? So have a td, make it a class of break. Uh, then give it a call span, right? Again, call span, because you're gonna take your whole row. So give a call span of 6, and let me assign a word inside it, that is break, right? Okay. Yeah, break. Then you're gonna have a p6, just few more p's. That is like 2 more p's, right? This one and then 2 more, so 3 total. Then you're gonna style it with cute looking website. ah, that's good, right? Okay, fine. Let me go inside. Make it p6. Then we're gonna p6. What are the subjects for p6? Let me see. First of all, it's chemistry. Uh, then it's, let's say, history. It's in place for p6. Then let's say we have a French. Now we'll change here. Now we're gonna have, let's say, physics. Okay, one of my favorite subjects. Then we're gonna have maths, right? But um, then we're gonna mention. Now we are going to mention it continually, like what basis the text talks, because you don't have more break or lunch as of now. Because in school only one lunch, right? And you can have more 2 or more miscellaneous subjects, right? Okay, fine. Um, P7, for P7, let me take this TD like this, and then P7, it's P6. And I have mentioned P5, right? Yeah, but P7. For the P7, make it look as physics for first, let's say. Then let's say we're gonna have geography. Okay, geography. Then let's say you're gonna have maths. Maths is here, right? Let's copy here. Now let's say you're gonna have chemistry, my other favorite subject. Next you're gonna have biology, that I don't like. Issues. I can't leave it, right? One more last. Um, P8. TR. Let me have. Let me mention this as now P8. Now, what subjects may be in this? For the P8, that is first of all French. Okay. Now let's say I have English. Okay. Now let's say I have maths. Then I have CS. Let's say a week. Like we used to have like this in our school days. Like only computer science will be a 1 day in a whole week. Then let's say chemistry. Then okay, it's done. Okay, now let's see what we have did as of now. Okay, see, it's not looking as good, but there's issue at P4. Let me first of all fix that. So see, in your preview, you have issues at P4. Okay, we just go to P4. So see, where is the comment of P4? Yeah, there. See what the issue is. I have mentioned like this. So see, this is the benefit of using a comment, right? I seen there's an issue at P4, just I can go and now edit it. So see in P4 here, I just navigated to P4, that is the comment I've mentioned. So that's the basically benefit of using the comments, and that's fine. Yeah. Now let me go to the website that is looking. Now your talks, beautiful talks, or your opportunity, whatever you can say, is to convert into this. Now let me take what are the difference in both, right? Then we'll see how we can do this. Let me take a snap for it. Okay, let me enable the pen. I can use purple this time, right? First of all, this H1 should be in center. It should bring here because I have mentioned it in the beginning, right? Now this Monday, this Tuesday, this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it should also come in something bigger here. Then there is borders, right? It should be enclosed in borders like this, right? As I can show here again, so that you can compare it. So see, you're gonna have borders like this, as the borders you can see here. The borders you can see here, right? Now another thing, you're gonna mention this break in middle again. Okay, that we have seen. Another thing, this lunch should be also in goes in middle. Then this break also goes in middle. One more, for the H1 you have to style it to look similar to this. This is a task. Okay, it should be look similar to this, similar, really exactly to this, you can see. Then it has some shadows, right? You have seen there's a M, it is a shadow, some kinds of things like that. So that you have to also do to include a shadow, let's say. Okay, fine. And you wanna have to maintain a font, not the specified year, maybe it's Montserrat or Arial. You have to change it to let's say Trebuchet MS. So Trebuchet MS is the font that is this. So it's more good than this. You can make a comparisons. And one more thing, people used to say if they want to enclose some other fonts, then how they can do is you can do this with Google fonts with the help of APIs. So APIs you can use, and you can use a link, or you can use an import function that I will teach you in my Bootstrap session. Okay, how to use either a link or either an import, not an API, because API goes to framework part, right? So for API we're gonna skip it. No need to do that terms of hard work and all. But yeah, for sure with the help of link I will tell you, and with the help of import I'm gonna take you how you can include external fonts to your website to look, sorry, to look more good. Okay, fine. So that's the basically way. So first of all we're gonna use a Turboset M. So it is predefined text font installed in the computers by default. So whatever your laptop you buy now, it is by default installed, so you can use it anyhow. Fine. So let me brief you again. Timetable should go in middle. It should go here. Then it should have a text shadow. Then this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday also should look more like a Tuesday MSS. Then this break should should go in the middle. And one more thing I have forgot, just I remember, this table shouldn't look as small like this. So this is small. You have to make this table to take whole page. Okay, it should take the whole page like this. Okay, so you have to do kind of refinement, right? uh, and you have to make yeah, one more thing, you have to style this p1 up from, you have to style this p1 to p8 into different color, that is this color, and you have to style the subjects into this color. So this comes under advanced CSS, because if you want to style, suppose let's say single rows, then for a whole rows it got specified, right? For a whole row, then it will either look in this color or either look in the color that is the subjects enclosed in. But if you want to just use a specific cell to be a different color, that comes under advanced CSS that I will teach now. Again, there is nothing advanced in that, but people used to say advanced, so I have to say advanced anyhow, so that you will say, otherwise you will think like I'm teaching something else, let's say. So just to mention like that, you have to do like that. So you have pretty much refinements too, and with the help of tables, not with the help of simple CSS, because simple CSS is too much simple what we have did yesterday. Now I have to use something more good that makes you look good, right? Makes you feel better about CSS. Now let's see the tasks. what the tasks what I have mentioned, I have framed into the specific values. First of all, what the pen mentioned there. Okay, inside style.css, tag the body. The body should be a background color. This 60040. How to do that, I will tell you. Just bear with me for a few times. And set the font family to chubby set ms that I have told you, and it's a predefined font and a margin of 20 pixels. Why there is a margin? To look it more centered, as I have shown you. It's like you can feel it's more squished as compared to the plain text. If you look at more squished, you have to set the margin. And what the margins I have taught in yesterday's video inside box model. So unlike margin, there is padding and there is border sometimes also. So let's see where we use more. Again, with H1 should have this color. Then do note it, because people used to forget it or people used to get a of it. Is that F is repeated 6 times, and this is basically a white color. You should know some of the color for hexadecimal. So white color, this is a white color. So you should know this specific color, and maybe for black, let's say maybe this or all zeros is black and all F's is basically a white color. So it is a hexadecimal format. If you know someone like a hexadecimal, F's equivalent is 15 and decimal. Okay, so it's like 151515 kind of repeated 6 times. So if you know about, if you have studied digital design and all in your semesters, you have know about F's and all. Like, so this 15 is grouped into this. So 2 into 6. So either writing 12 digits, you are gonna write just 6 digits with the help of hexadecimal, and it's more specific now. So people end up using hexadecimals in specific colors, and extra tips that I'm going to give about colors is the end, because that is going to be really good tip for you if you are building your CSS and you are confused what color and what color not use or not. Okay. That I will give you at the end. So that's a very good tip that most of the people don't know even. Let's say, okay. For the H1, you have to mention this color, and you have to make it centered. You have to make the H1 centered, right? So I will tell you how you can make centered with the help of CSS, not with the help of HTML. I know how you can make with the HTML you use the center tag, right? A center tag you have used. But now to have a more power, the kind of more feature to it, you can use the center feature available in CSS, but it's somewhat different. I will tell you how. Okay. Next is the not tag a timetable. I have mentioned timetable to the timetable as a class to the table, and set its width to the 100%. Why I mentioned width at 100%? Because you have seen now basically it's just 50%. Let's say you want to make this table take this whole page. So this whole page is 100%. So because of that, you can use width to 100%. So it will take whole page, not a half of the page. As basically you are taking that is 50%. And there is a table layout to be fixed. Why I mentioned table layout to be fixed? So that whenever you try to squeeze your page, it doesn't change it. So CSS, which is set to be fixed, or it can be set to float or something like that. But imagine if you try to switch, like squeeze your table, just want to compress it, how cumbersome it looks, right? Just to prevent that, you are giving in more protections to your table is by making the table layout to be fixed and border collapse to be collapsed, so that you ensure your products. Okay. Tag the timetable and then head. Inside the timetable, you have, right, the hierarchy. Let me tell you again. You have a timetable, then you're gonna have a T head, then you're gonna have, let's say, T body, right? Okay, fine. Maybe I have forget using T body, so I will include even now, but no issues. Maybe I no need even, so no issues for that. Let's say, yeah, I have mentioned. So okay, no issues. I will include T body. I will tell you how to include T body also, and then I have mentioned you how to use T head. Okay, tag the T head and then T body and set its color to this white and this another red color, right? Set timetable TD. class to the border of 1 pixel. Now you are setting the border. So border should be of 1 pixel and it should be solid. So the solid line that you are seeing, the boxes that they include, so it is basically the border property. Now you have to make the border with black. You can set the border with hue color. So I'm setting it with black color to more it look it more clear. Now this is basically an advanced CSS timetable TRTD then first. I know you are confused. If you remember, I have mentioned about pseudo class, right? I have mentioned about pseudo class in my previous days. So what is a pseudo class? So it works similar. So I'm taking an example of pseudo class. And I'm given a question of pseudo class today also, I guess. I don't remember, but yeah, hopes fine. So what is pseudo class? So pseudo class is basically a way to look at more dynamic while operating it, right? So let's say you have mentioned your H1 in red, and you want whenever a mouse try to hover on the H1, it looks to be a yellow color. So how to do that? You have seen right in the website that you are mentioning that you are using it right now nowadays, like let's say Teams or Google or whatever. So whenever you try to hover over it, it just looks big or it just changes its text. So how you can do this? By using a CSS that is called a pseudo class. Right. Similar to the pseudo class, I have to tell you the syntax. Let's say so there will be a let's say the element and write the pseudo method that is hover. So there is a hover method provided here. Similarly, there is another method called as first strike. So what basically do? If you remember, I have mentioned like P1, P2, and to P8. It should be of let's say red color. It should be let's mention a red color. And I want the subjects to be in white color. So how you can do? This P1 and along with the subjects is a whole tier, right? If you try to assign a color to a tier, then it will assign a red color to the whole. But instead, I want to just style the P1 as a red, only a specific cell. So if you want to use a specific cell, then you have to use a pseudo use you have to take the help from the pseudo class, which is called as the first type. So guys, it's too much simple. Don't ever get confused now. What is basically a first child? First child is basically used just to assess the first cell of each row. Okay, it's simple, right? Now, set the background to this color of that particular chat and font weight to be bold. So what is basically a font weight? Font weight is the style of your font. Maybe it can be bold, it can be italic, or it can be of underline, whatever. So it depends on a font weight. I will tell you about font weight while coding. Now tag your lunch and break and set the background color to this color. That is double F 0066 and make it important to look the emphasis. Why it is important? It will whenever you turn on your Arial or reader for the blind people, it will mention as important, so that the people will know like okay, there's a break if anyone is blind at their place. Now tell the font style as italic. You can make the font style as italic here kind of also, but there's another property called as font style which can make it italic. I will tell you even in coding what's basically necessity. Finally, tag the subject and set the font size to 20 pixels. So it's basically how much your font should take only. I know you are confused. Mm-hmm. Ta-da, I made you confused. But what I did, why I did, so that you should have just an overview idea. Just whatever you have to take from this PPT is the overview. What you're gonna all do in the rest of the following course. But now I will teach you step by step. Okay, fine. Now let's first of all make use of comments. You know, guys, how you can add a comment. I have taught you yesterday, but let's say if you have missed it, even no issues. You can use a comment by specifying stars. Yes, so, sorry. Where is that? Yeah. Now you're gonna have two things: attribute selectors, attribute selectors. Okay. Now to close the comment. Now you're gonna have class selectors. So basically you have three, but we have not used any IDs if you remember. So ID selectors are omitted in that way, but else you're gonna have like this. Okay, slash should go here, right? Inside the attribute selectors, what you're gonna mention all the predefined elements, but inside the class, what you're gonna mention all your classes, what you have mentioned, right? So in that way, the basically stuff goes. Now let me tell you what you're gonna add into the attribute selectors. First of all, you're gonna add your body, so that body gonna look um, so that your body gonna have a font family of that I've said, that is the style of the font in which it looks. That is uh, PRE Chipset MS, right? And yeah, I have to tell that also, right? See, I have mentioned Chipset MS, but let's say because of some issues it's not available, then it will go to Lucid Sans MS Unicode. Let's see, Lucida Sans Unicode is also not available. Then it will go to Lucida Granite. Then let's say Lucida Granite is not available. Then it will go to Lucida Sans. Then Arial, then sans serif. So sans serif is by default, right? So it is a way to tell about in a priority if something is not available. Let me omit that because I know it will be available to me. Now set a margin to make it more centered to give a 20 pixels. So whenever I mention 20 pixels in a way like this, it means it's gonna apply a margin from all four sides. That is top, bottom, left, and right. Okay. Now give it a background color of whatever hashtag I mentioned. That is in hexadecimal code. It is 6 triple zero. Sorry, then 40. Okay. Now let's see how it looks. Uh, yeah. You're gonna have a same background, right? Whatever you have. See, you because of 20 pixels, you got some more spaces from here and from the top. Yeah. Good. Now you're gonna use another attribute selector that is H1. If you have forgot how to use a CSS, first of all write the element you have to modify and then the selectors to what. So what you have to modify and to what you want it, like what you're expecting it from it. Okay, now I have told to you, or I have told you just now, like use of centers in HTML, right? But if you want to use center in CSS, how you're gonna do is by specifying the text line to be center. So whenever you save it, let's see how it looks. Timetable goes and mirror. So if you want to do it centered with the help of CSS, you can use this property, text line to be centered, and this color as said, this text color should be white, right? So do mention it 6 times 6. Okay, don't make mistake to it. So timetable is noted. Now, inside class selectors, let's have the timetable. What I mentioned here. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. I mentioned timetable like this. Let me remove this item, not needed actually. Yeah, timetable copy. Then timetable here. Then set it width to 100% so that it will take the whole page. 100%. Now specify the border collapse. Um, border collapse to make your border more to collapse a border on some place. Let's say. So it is used border collapse. Just know like it is used to collapse a border. So it's border collapse. Now table layout to be fixed to prevent it squeezing. That you can prevent it squeeze whenever if someone is trying to do. Now again use a timetable. Now you're gonna tag your T heads. T heads is basically this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we're gonna style it how it's gonna look now is use a timetable T head and set it color to first of all white. Okay, I want to make it white, right? So just use this white color. So see how it looks. Um, yeah, I have not saved here. Let me save here also. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And secondly, it taking the whole page, right? It's not taking just a 50%, now it's taking whole 100%. It's basically use of this 100% width. Now, use of T body, that is table body. I have to use table body, right? So mention a class and use a table body. So let me first of all specify table body here. As I mentioned in a class day 2, sorry, uh, how to use a table body. First of all, just mention B-O-D-Y. Mhm. So this is the table body. Table body basically includes all your periods, right, along with the subjects. So it's a table body. Just include table body. It doesn't make any changes. It's just similar to T head as you see now. Okay, for the table body you have to change something. So what for the have to do for the table body? I want to change the background color to look something like A. 3 times A, before time double F. Right. This is the only color I want to change. Now see how it's look like. Yeah. See, I want to change this. Now I gonna use the advanced CSS. What basically? What my motive is to look this P1, P2 break, P3 lunch, P4, P5 break, P6, P7, P8. This only this part I want to make it look something like to different something like of different color. See, okay, just I want to change this whole to look like, let's say, red. So how you can do that? Because now if I tag this P1, the P1 enclosing tr, that is subject, let's say. So it will give a color to this whole row, but I don't want that. I just want to make it this. I just want to use this. So how you can do? You can do with this advanced CSS. So how you can do with advanced CSS? Let me tell you. Let me remove this snaps first of all. So I can just use the advanced CSS, that is again sudo, that is timetable. Now write tr, because inside tr you are going, then inside td you have to write first child. Um, so what you are basically doing in this code, you are tagging your timetable, fine. You are going inside tr, fine. You are going inside td, fine. Then you are selecting your first child, right? Let me tell you the hierarchy again, so that you will not confuse again now. Okay, what basically is the hierarchy? So you have a timetable, fine. Inside timetable you have mentioned tr. Inside tr you have mentioned your tds. That is 8 tds, right? This is td1. This is td, let's say 3, and like this you have more tds. Okay, so first of all you have addressed the timetable through this. Then you have addressed this tr through this. Then you gonna address this td through this. But when you go inside the tr and when you are going to td, you have 8 options. I can tell in that way. You have 8 options. You have to select one, right? How you to do? Because if you just write timetable tr then td, not this, you have not mentioned this. Just you have mentioned timetable tr then for the whole row and with all the columns, it will apply that same property. But I don't want to apply that same property, right? So first of all, you have first of all, you how you go. Let me change the color. First of all, you have gone to the timetable, then you have gone to TR, then you are going to the TD, that to the first TD, not the 8 options. You are selecting this first TD. So how you're gonna do is timetable, TR, TD, then first side. So this is basically the advanced CSS. But there's nothing advanced, right? Because you have more options, then you have to select at least once out of all the option available. You have, let's say, you're going somewhere and you are giving a two, you're having 4 roads, like there's a road 1, there's a road 2, there's a road 3, there's a road 4. For sure you will not go in the 4, like your 25% of the body will go here, your 25% of the body will go here, your 25 here, your 25 here. Yeah, how a person looks with 25%? I don't want to imagine. Okay, fine. Fine. You have to at least like some road, right? At least one road, at least one. Okay. Okay. That you can do is just, let's say you have selected this road, then you want to come back and then select the second road. That you can do, fine. But you can't just make it 50-50, let's say, and go half year, half. Yeah. But it's possible in the imaginary world, in your dreams. Fine. Okay, pretty much stuff. Again, you have to assess the timetable, then you have to assess your TR, then you have to assess which TD, that is the first TD. So which, for that we have used first child. Okay, so see what I want for the first child, that is our background color. I want to set the background color to FF 0066, and then I want to make it important. Important basically is for the area readers who are basically blind, we can say. For them it will show as important, or it will tell, okay, important is going to happen now. And okay, fine. Now you have to make the font weight um font weight to be bold. See, what are the options you have? You can make it into pixels, you can make it into bold, bolder, lighter, whatever you want. Let me take bold now. Now let me update this. See, now got it. This first cell has uh, this red color, let's say, and the rest its side is having this different bluish colors. So that's the basically use of use of this first child. Let's say if you want to assess the second TD, so just write second child. Let's say if you want to assess this last child, so just write last child like that. Okay, that's pretty much. You can see about that more by googling it though. Okay, fine. Let's me do more about it. And one more thing, if you remove this important, nothing gonna happen. Right? It will be same even. Your output will be same if you're thinking like that. Now I wanna change this break, and I want to change this lunch. So if you want to use multiple class selectors, just use a comment between this background colors to let's say double F, uh, sorry, double zero, double, and mention this as auto close. This is helping me now. Okay, fine. I want to make the font style to be italic. See what options you have. Italic that I've said it. I will show you while coding. Italic, normal, oblique, calc, invert, initial, outside. So let me select as normal. Sorry, italic. Okay. Now see how it looks. Let me save it. See, it's looking in italic. It's changed, right? It's changed from the others. See, this black is changed from this blue and all. So you are using it in like way. But now you have to make this. What's happened? Just okay, just open into different window. No issues. Let me open here. Okay, see now. This break I want to mention in the middle, not in the beginning like this. It's not looking good. And I have to add borders also. Just these two things are left. Okay, let's do those two things. Let me uh, tag the subject. Um, okay, and let me see the font size to be 20 pixels. First of all, let's tag that subject. So I am increasing the size of this fonts. So these subjects are looking more. Now make this break centered. Now make this break centered, and table data is also centered, right? So how you can do that? So just go in the time table, then go inside the T body, and then uh, sorry, not T body, TD. Because inside the T body, inside the timetable, you have TD and TR, right? So just go to timetable and then go to TD, set a border of 1 pixels, that is just a thin line. It should be solid. You can have like dotted, dash dotted even. And then I want the border color should be black. Okay, let me show you how it looks. See, it's looking like this. I can increase the size of border pixels, so it can be 2 pixels even. It's more looking bold, right? But I don't wanna do that. Okay, let me have it 1 pixels even. That's fine now. Okay, 1 pixel, good. Now I want a padding to make it. Sorry, I'm mentioning it differently. It's by padding. Let me tell you. See, this match is just stick to the border, right? This match is sticking to the border. Let me show you again that also. Okay. The maths that I have mentioned here, I just stick to the border here. But I don't want to stick this in a border. I want like this subject to be in middle. So I want this to be in middle. So if you want to be in a middle, how you can do with the help of a padding. So what I'm saying is this box is an element, right? So let's say you have a box like this. So what's basically the padding? I'm trying to give a space or something here to make it centered. So this basically space in terms of CSS called as padding. Okay, so this space so that it will look more centered, not on the edge. So to look more like this, you're gonna use paddings, right? Okay, let me do that. That's the last part actually. After that, you're gonna see the final website that we have made. Padding to be uh, 6 pixels, and I wanna ensure that everything will look centered. So that I gonna mention the center here. We have made it, right? But let's see. The again, this it's not looking right. This H1 is basically different. This H1 is different. Okay. There's one property called as text shadow because you're getting a shadow, right? So you can remember like that text shadow. And how you gonna mention is like text shadow. Now mention it at some size. So how many like how much size you wanna have for the shadows? Make it 3 pixel, 3 pixel, let's say, and make it red. So I'm gonna have a 3 pixels of shadow all around and of size red. See, it's looking similar, right? Okay, so that's the stuff about it. You have made it, guys. So congratulations, you have completed your day 4 also with the talks, and I am sure you have learned more about the CSS stuffs and all by now. So ta-da, that's what we wanted to have completed. Now the Q&A sessions and you have so that I can start the quiz. Okay. So any Q&As, guys?
No, no.
Uh-huh. You're clear about that, right? Okay, let me start your quiz. Just a minute. It's day 4, right? Okay, guys, be ready. Enter, go into Quizy and enter this code 6847774, and we'll just start the quiz. And top 3 performance will get the prize, that is digital specs. And yeah, we're gonna have 6 questions as usual. First 5 questions are basically MCQ based questions. That is only one option is correct out of the 4. First question is a poll based question in which you are getting there's nothing wrong, there's nothing correct and all in that part question. But the thing is, you have to select the option as soon as possible so that you will get more points, right? So if what happens is here you will get the points how if you are correct, and you can if you have answered it as soon as possible, right? So it's advisable for me to say to you, like, guys, mention as soon as possible to you the options and all. Once you have did it, you will get extra points. And just to save you or just to give you more points for the last 6 question I have mentioned, like that, you will get points how much you have answered it first. Okay. I will tell you the question now so that you can know basically the what do you say answer of it. I will not tell the answer, means like I just say what the question is. The question is based upon the rating of this event. How much you're gonna rate today's event from rating of 1 to 10, being rating 1 being the bad and rating 10 will be the outstanding. So I have mentioned like some ranges and all. So just keep in mind how many ratings you wanna give and select that best alternative. It's to boost your rank. Okay. So I can see 9 here, right? Okay, let me ask something. Who is this AJ again? Who is this AJ? Um, Guys, then how I distribute price to him, like him or her? Ankit, you are AJ? Okay, okay. Um, Okay, 7 have joined. What about else? I can see 9 here. So I have not in this. Right? Any more? It's still 7, I guess. Yeah, it's still 7. Um, Bhavya, Ankit, Ayushi, Pratyush, Sarthak, and who left then? Devanshu, you have not joined, and Shruti, do I guess? Shruti also not joined. Shruti, yeah, Devanshu and Shruti, you both are left. Shruti. Ayushi asked Shruti to join if she's there, and Devanshu. So that we can finish it soon, right? Um, Devanshu. Okay, so Devanshu, will you join if you are here? Okay, let me
Wait,
wait for
should
one more.
join.
Oh,
Should
Shruti,
join?
yeah, fine. Okay, Ayushi, thanks for that. Okay, till then I can ask you about the feedback. And any guys wanna give the feedback about the today's event? Uh, Pratyush, any feedback for today?
Yeah, Aditya. Today, probably I haven't been able to do whatever you have instructed, but so far I have learned a lot of things. So I hope I will be looking after the recording and will be implementing it.
Yeah, Pratyush, for sure you can do, and you're gonna do, I am sure, because you're too much hardworking in that stuff and all. So make use of recording in that ways, and if you get any issues, not only Pratyush, like anyone who have joined, like you can just text me in the Discord, or if you have my number, you can just text me there even. I will be happy to help you. Okay. So let me ask Sarthak. Sarthak, tell me how it's today's event.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, so nothing special as good as tomorrow. Sorry, yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Uh,
It's fine, right? Then you have
I
mentioned
missed a
that.
lot of things due to my
Okay,
network
fine.
issues. So I will do it from recording.
Bookable. Okay, fine. Yeah, you can make it recording. It's for that only. So that's really good. Shruti have joined, I think Devansh not joined. So let me start the thing so that we'll not waste time. So guys, I'm starting with the quiz. Start. Be ready. Okay, what is the output of the following code? 45 seconds given to you. Just see it and tell me what's the output for it. Guys, make sure to see it nicely, okay? There will be some traps. So, yeah, all done. Okay, let's see the leaderboard. That's gonna be interesting, I guess. So, great, Ayushi. You have excelled. Pratyush, Sarthak then. Okay, fine. Let's only Ayushi answered rightly then. Okay, fine. Great, Ayushi. Next question. Which is more specific, a class or ID? I mentioned this in my day. Yeah, previous days and today even mostly. Yeah. Which is more specific? A class or ID? Specific in terms like usability. What you can use more? Either a class or ID. Just few more times. 5, 4, 3. Only one guy has left. Abhi. We are not mentioning. Okay, time's up. Let's see the leaderboard. Okay, Bhavya, Varshini, Harishni, Ayushi, 4th, and Sarthak. Okay, 5 have answered rightly. Okay, ID is more specific. You're correct. And next question. Which attribute defines the number of columns a shell should span? I mentioned this today. I've used it for 3 times even today. There's this only. Okay. Okay, 2 left. Okay. Okay, let's mention now just so Abhi bhaiya left. Okay, no issue. Time's up. Okay. Let's see the leaderboard. Okay, Ayushi Sarthak. Both brother sister is on the top, right? Okay, all mentioned rightly. Great, you're listening to the event then. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Predict the CSS code for the following specification. Set the background color to be white, FFF, font weight to be italic, and set margin to be 5 pixels from all 4 sides. That is left, right, top, bottom. Which is correct. 30, 28. Guys, mention fast. Yeah. Good. Okay. Okay. Guys are mentioning it. Okay. Okay. Let's see how much you have understood today's event. Time's up. Now the leaderboard. Ayushi, Bhavya, and Ankit. Good. Okay. Most have answered right. Next question. That is the second last question and the last question to get your points, right? In terms of marks. Predict the HTML and CSS code to generate the following order. I have given 2 minutes. Okay. I have given much. That's because you have to predict the code from the given order. Okay. Only 2 have answered. Okay. Okay, 2 have not mentioned. Okay, only 1. I don't know if it mentioned or not. Okay. Have to wait anyhow. 1 more minute. Okay, so every guys mentioned in 1 minute. So I should give less time then. Kidding. No, I will give good time for each question. I have to wait. Guys, just few more seconds. Then you can see the answer for this. Okay, most probably don't get trapped because I will trap you. I know where you make can do the mistakes and all. So that's let's see when you are in a trap or not. If you can answer this, like then you have understood today's question, today's event, right? So let's hope. Even if you have not answered it rightly, you can see the recording, right? Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Time's up. Now see the leaderboard. Okay. Okay. Ayushi, Bhavya, Ankit. Okay, on the top. Then Sarthak. Fine. Okay. Mostly I've answered rightly. Now this is a poll question. Try to answer as soon as possible to get more points. Okay. 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 So 6 have answered. What about this 4? Okay. Time's up. Let's for okay. One I've answered it then. Okay. So me end this quiz. Now get ready for the ranks. Let's see how many gets. Third is Bhavya, second is Ankit, then first is Ayushi. Okay, guys, congrats for that winners and all. Now you will get your swag soon, right? So that's what good. Let me first of all don't keep leaving. Let me take out the snips so that it will be useful to me. So again, you can see your marks for each question if you want to see now here. So congrats to Ayushi, Ankit, and Bhavya. Okay, for getting this wax. And, let me save this somewhere. Hey guys, update this. Now you can. Let me take your screen attendance even. Okay, it's downloaded. Okay, guys. Yeah, I'm welcome back. So today's day go well. I feel maybe some network issues in the beginning. So sorry for that. Actually, what's happening today, I don't know even. But yeah, somehow even we are finished. So thanks for joining the today's event. I feel it's went well. Now you can feel more confident about CSS and all, but I can make sure like you can't like just do by seeing it, right? You have to do practice as Pratyush said. Like he will use mostly the recording and all and get it to it or whatever materials you need. Yeah, and for the materials in the Discord, I will upload one HTML cheat sheets and one good website in which you can learn the HTML and CSS for free. That too really good. I have seen some other things from there too, so you can make use of that. I will share in Discord in hashtag notes and resources. Fine, so just make use of it though. And it's pretty much fun about it, and I love you have joined all. For tomorrow I have to change somewhat time, like I'm for tomorrow, right? I will teach you Bootstrap first of all. So and I have an important meeting at 3 p.m, so club meeting. um so I'm thinking to keep it 4:30, let's say, so that I will finish then by 6, because for Bootstrap I have nothing much, because I can't give you tasks directly in Bootstrap like or like website and all, because you have to learn first of all about Bootstrap, right? So I will finish the event mostly by 5:30. Okay, so it will be of 1 hour only. So I will take 30 minutes more with as a buffer to answer your questions, or like for the quiz if permits, kind of. So for sure you will get your swags digital swags for the tomorrow's event, but it's more opportunity for you can, because event will be small, so you're gonna have like easy questions, right? Because it works like that. Maybe you can predict somewhat, so you can use the intelligence and prediction and all. So don't forget to join tomorrow's event. So I can have at 4 events. So and can you join at 4:30, like little voices, so that I can be assured about that, one or two voices 4:30. Then I will drop you by like 5:45 around. I will make you go off, right? So are you fine with 4:30?
Yes.
Yeah, Satak, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with 4:30.
Okay, Satak is fine. Let me ask Pratyush then.
Yeah,
Pratyush,
yeah,
my
Aditya,
friend.
fine.
Fine, right? 4:30. So yeah, it's fine. Like because I can attend the event, and in a 1 hour, I feel it's to be finished. So I have to do some things before starting the event. Actually, it's kind of protocols and all. So it will take around 30 minutes to me. And then after the event, I have to do some protocols about that. So yeah, fine. Actually, no issues. So yeah, we'll meet tomorrow at 4:30. And for tomorrow, uh, again, it's going to be New Year, right? So I am going to give top five the digital swags. Not today, right? Not today. Today for the top three only. But since it's a new year, I'm increasing it two more as I did for the yesterday. So for tomorrow event, I'm gonna give digital swags for the top five. Event will be from 4:30, and there will be no like website building tomorrow. They will be learning about bootstraps because if I try teaching you website building from scratch, you will not get it because Bootstrap is like that. It's kind of little tricky, I can say, as compared to things like that. But don't worry, Aditya is here, right? So I will make sure to teach you the difficult things in an easy way as I can. And now I have my pen even. I can use this kind of pen stuffs and all, so I can teach you by writing bits that I not able to do in my previous year. But today I started it using it, so I can teach you by drawing the stuffs and Bootstrap in a very easy way as you have not learned it before maybe. So that I can say because I also learned web development from a teacher. She's from US, like she's the best teacher from the US in web development. So she also taught about Bootstrap and all. So it's like the hat I have learned from her, and I'm gonna teach you now. So it goes like that, passing by and all. And you once you will learn, you can pass into your more juniors or students, whatever like that. So it goes like that, fine. So Bootstrap, don't really forget to join the event. Top five will get the quiz prizes, and Bootstrap is too much important nowadays, like to make a website responsive. Let's say, okay. So yeah, bye guys. I have downloaded attendance, so you will get your research flags and certificates. You can leave now. 4:30 tomorrow. Don't leave. And top
Thank you
five
so much,
participants.
Aditya.
Yeah. Thank you, Ritesh.